Emilia Perez is the brand new Netflix film that just hit the streaming service. This movie won and was nominated for multiple awards at the Cannes Film Festival a couple of months ago. The movie stars Zoe Saldana as Rita, a very good attorney and lawyer in her area in Mexico, and she is brought in out of the blue by a cartel leader of Manitas who brings her in to tell her that he needs to transition into becoming a woman and to get all of his family safe and for him to go somewhere where no one will ever find herself. And he transitions into Emilia Perez, who's played by Carla Sofia Gascon. Also in the movie is Selena Gomez as Jesse, who is Manitas' husband, who's brought back and trying to make sure her life is together after finding out that her husband died. Edgar Ramirez is also in the movie as Gustavo, someone who is fond of Jesse and wants to marry her as well. The movie is 2 hours and 12 minutes long and is rated R. My name is Max Emmerich. Welcome back to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. If you're new to the channel, I do movie and TV show reviews, a box office show every Tuesday, movie franchise rankings, and out of theater reactions. If you like any one of those things, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell for notifications. Comment down below. First of all, have you seen Emilia Perez? If you did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think it was worth the buzz that the movie has gotten? And if you want it to be nominated for things, what do you want it to be nominated for? If you've not seen it, how did you know this even hit Netflix? And are you going to check it out? I respond to all comments, so definitely comment down below. Also, please hit that thumbs up button. Help support the channel, so please click that thumbs up button. So I was definitely going to watch this no matter what. I am someone who make sure I cover all of my bearings with Oscars season. It feels like this is the one of the years where I'm ahead of things more than I usually am. So I was excited this movie was coming onto Netflix. It got a lot of good buzz. What I'll say is up front is I did not know the plot. The only thing I didn't know is going in to let people know is that this movie is a Spanish talk through movie. So it's not in it's like 90% the movie is in Spanish, 10% I would say in English. And then the movie is also a musical, which I think for some reason is going to turn a lot of people off, which I don't really like that. I think people should give every movie a chance, no matter if you like the genre or not. But just to tell you guys about that up front, this is Spanish films, Spanish language film with a musical. So what I'm going to say is I actually thought this was a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's over 2 hours, but the pace worked for me. I didn't feel like the bigger problem, especially with musicals, can be depending on how long each of the musical sequences are and how many there be in a movie, the movie can really drag. But I'll say this, for 2 hours and 12 minutes, it did not drag for me that much. And that's a credit to the movie. Now, the movie, yes, is Spanish language. We also have a French director. And this feels just like a creative, energetic movie. And this movie might have at times a familiar plot, but it's really boosted by the energy and the filmmaking and the acting that is on full display here. The music for me worked throughout the entire film. There weren't any sequences that went on for too long. I actually like that a lot of them were kind of in short spurts, and that actually gave the movie a different energy to it, which I really enjoyed. Obviously, Selena Gomez can sing, but Zoe Saldana and Carla Sofia Gascon do a really good job in their singing as well. As I said, there's two particular songs I really enjoy. Selena Gomez has a really good song in the film where she's kind of going crazy. I really enjoyed the filmmaking and the meaning of that song. And then there's a song between the character of Amelia and turns out to be one of Amelia's kids. That scene also really worked for me from a song. So those are kind of the two songs that I enjoyed the most. But as I said, we're in Mexico. We kind of go all over the place. The movie spans 4 years in time. So we're going through different cultures, and I really enjoyed going from to Mexico to Switzerland to all these different places. The movie had a really, again, from a landscape, it's really well shot. and the direction is on point. From a performance level, Zoe Saldana for me is just fantastic in this movie. She's been one of the most, for me, underrated actresses of the last 20 years, where she kind of just gets rightfully, rightfully or not rightfully so, she's just seen as either obviously Neytiri in the Avatar movies or Gamora. But she's proven herself in so many things over the last 20 years that she's a more than capable actress, especially in my opinion, leading actress. Um, and I was kind of weird afterwards when I saw that they're going for her for supporting. She does actually feel like the lead of the movie to me. That's just my opinion. Um, Dylan, if you've seen the movie, let me know if you think she's the lead or she is in supporting. But she's fantastic. There's a couple really good musical numbers for her. The one that stands out is at this dinner. I'll just say that, and where she's jumping on tables, and you can tell she's having a lot of fun. She's playing a very down-to-earth attorney who gets swept up into thinking that she's getting, kidnapped by a cartel boss, and then she's kind of thrown into this whole new life. And I really thought it was a very strong character, and Zaldana is terrific. If she does earn nominations throughout award season, she's more than deserving. She's, for me, the best performance of the movie. Carla Sofia Gascon is also just mesmerizing in this film. We just don't get to see a lot of movies about the trans community, especially going from the transitioning from any gender to another gender. We just don't get to see that full character arc in one movie. Usually these type of movies are about the person building up, and then the end of the movie is the transition and everyone's all happy. This movie definitely takes a big swing, which is that it does this transition in the first act of the movie, and we're with Emilia Perez, the title character, for a big chunk of the movie. And they did a really good job putting the idea that Manitas and Emilia are two different people. And the idea of these, and it gives a really good perspective on if you are trans or you're not trans, on this feeling of not feeling ever loved, even by yourself. And no matter how good of a life you might have, to you, you might not be living in your eyes. I think the movie did a really good job exploring that with Emilia. And I thought it was a really strong performance. Selena Gomez is also really good in this movie. Another person who I hope people don't realize, people just take for granted that she's probably not a good actress. She's a really good actress. And she plays one of the more interesting characters in the whole movie. Her character is one of the issues with the movie as it returns to the way they use her in the film, but it's nothing to do with Gomez. She's really terrific in the film. As I said, the messaging is very strong, and I do think the movie at times, yes, can it be in your face? Sure, but I think it needs to be, and I think that's kind of the point of the film as well. Now, on a negative level, there are two, I would say, major issues with the movie. The first one is, as I said, Selena Gomez is really good in this movie, but her character feels very misused a lot during the movie because obviously in the film, she plays the wife of someone who's transitioning into a woman without her knowing. And she thinks that her husband is dead, and now she's interacting with her husband, even though she doesn't even realize it. And that character has so many whirlwind of emotions that her life is completely off because now her husband, for her known, is dead. She has to start a whole new life with her own kids. And now she's brought back into, she doesn't even know, but she's being brought back into her husband's life. And there's a lot going on with that character that I think just needed to be explored more. The movie obviously is definitely a co-lead with Zaldana and Gascon. But I think if the movie would have hit a home run, I think Jessie would have been even a more focused character in the movie. Because after she gives this really good song in the film, she disappears for 30 minutes out of the screen time. There's so many points where she pops on and you get invested in her character, and then she kind of drops out of the movie for 25, 30 minutes. I do think there could have been a way better use of her character. And the third act, what happens at the ending of the movie, it felt kind of like a soap opera in a bad way with what happens towards the very end of the movie. At points, it felt really emotionally resonant. At times, it kind of felt like a cartoon with what happens. In the last 15 minutes of the movie, you'll understand if you see the movie. So, and I didn't completely feel emotionally resonant with the movie because the person who's transitioning isn't like this great person. Obviously, the person who's the cartel, Manitas, is a very different person from Emilia, but I still kind of felt mixed on the total feelings I had for that character. So overall, I still think this is a really excellent movie. It has so much creativity that you won't see in the majority of the movies this year. The musical numbers, I think, only elevate the movie and the way they use music, not just with musical, but actual drums or sound design was really well done, made the film pop, as well as the direction. The three main performances are fantastic in the movie and are mesmerizing to watch. I just wish that Jesse's character was handled a lot better, especially in the second half of the movie. And I wish the third act was a little less cartoonish. But overall, I'm going to give Emilia Perez a 4 out of 5 stars. I am going to go 80% for Emilia Perez. What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.